Hello everyone, this is the 40th video of my database management systems question series. In the previous video, we started uh, a special video setting about relational algebras. In this video, I'm also going to continue that question setting. So without further ado, let's go to our first question. Write a relational algebra query to see the product name of the registered product. Use the product stored as the product table. Okay, again we have to write a relational algebra query. In this case, uh, we have to show a specific uh, attribute, the product name uh, in the product table. Use the product stored as the product table. Okay, the product details are stored in the product table, so we have to uh, mention that product table. Okay, uh, here I'm going to the projection method to show these details. Here you can see, let me jump into SQL browser. In the product table here, this is the uh, database RLE issue center we created in this video series, and this is the product table. You can see there are many attributes: product ID, product name, description, and brand ID, like that. But we only need to show the product name. So in this case, we use the projection method. This is the symbol. This is a Greek symbol called phi, and uh, this is the uh, symbolic method of relational algebra to express that detail. Okay, in this case, in this lower bracket, we mention the attribute. What are the columns we need to show, and uh, in this uh, upper brackets, we mention the table where the data stored. Okay, in this case, you can see we have to show only the product name. So product name is the attribute, and the relation is the product. That's the table where the details of the products are stored. Okay, and this is the answer for the first part of the question. And let's move on to the second one. Okay, write the relational algebra query to check the username and password of the login details of the registered user. Registered users use the login details stored as the system login table. Okay, again we have to use the projection method. We have to show only the username and the password. Okay, here we have to use the projection method, and this time there's not only one attribute, there are two attributes to show in our answer. So first one is the username, and we can separate these two attributes using the comma mark, and the second attribute is password. And the relation where the data stored is the system login. That's the table where the login details are stored. So we have to mention that name in the relation area. Okay, and this is the final answer for the second question. Here's the third question. Write the relational algebra query to see the user ID, first name, last name, the registered users. Use the table stored by registered users as the user table. Okay, in this case, we have to show three attributes: the user's ID, first name, last name, uh, and those details are stored in use a table. Okay, again we have to use the projection method. Let me show you the database quickly here. This is the user table, and you can see there are many attributes: first name, last name, and also contact number, status, like that. But we don't need those additional attributes. We need only the first three attributes. So the attribute, we have to mention the three attributes: user ID, then first name, and last name. Okay, and the relation is the user table. So this is the answer for the third question of this question set. Now we can move on to the last question, which is the fourth one. Okay, create a relational algebra query to see the product name and description of the products whose brand name is Bata. Use the brand ID as to use the brand stored as the brand table. Okay, this is a little bit complicated one. We have to show uh, only two attributes: product name and the description. Those details are stored in the product table, and we have to mention a condition here. That's the that is we have to show only the name, product name, and the description of the brands uh, where the brand ID is Bata. Okay, so in this case you can see we have to use the projection method, and also we have to use the selection method we used in the previous video. So here let's see how we are going to do that one. We have to use the projection part first. Here in the relation area, this one, we are going to mention where the details are stored. So we have to mention the table here. Actually, in this area, uh, we are mentioning the uh, output or the details, and in the attribute area, we are going to uh, mention the attributes we need to show. So first, in the attribute area, we have to mention the product name and the description. Okay, and then as the relation area, here you can see we have to mention a filtering part here. So we have to mention the selection. The symbol is the relational algebra. The symbol in relational algebra for selection is the symbol for the selection, and then we have to mention the condition. So within brackets, condition is the brand ID in the brand table should equal to 2. In this case we don't have to sorry, in this case we don't have to mention the brand table because they gave the brand ID directly. And after that we have to mention the relation part uh, where the details are stored, and where the filtering part uh, where we need the filtering part to do. Okay, uh, so the details are stored in the product table where we need to find only the details of the products where the brand ID is equal to 2. So the relation is product table, and this will output the selection part will output the uh, product details, all the product details with every attribute in the product table where the brand ID is equal to 2, And using this projection, uh, we are filtering the attribute, the specific attribute, product name, and the description only. So okay, and this is the final answer for the last part of this question. Okay, and this is the final relational algebra query for this question, and I think that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.